Yeah. Yes, we are live once again on the clinic with Oluwatosin Oladimiji Ladipo. And I quickly want to say hello to all our viewers, both home and abroad. I believe you are all well, you are good, and you have not stopped keeping safe. That is my norm. I love asking those three questions. Hope you're good, you're well, and you have not stopped keeping safe. And I'm asking the same question today. Hope you're good, hope you're well, and you have not stopped keeping safe. Like I said, it's the clinic with Oluwatosin Oladimeji Ladipo. And we started a topic last week for the singles, whiling away your waiting. And we decided that we promised our viewers that we bring in the topic back again this Sunday because our viewers we are really asking a lot of questions and our guests were really ready to pour out their mind. But just because of time, we could not accommodate everything in 1 hour. So we decided to bring everything on board this evening. Please, wherever you are, like I said, the topic is whiling away your waiting for the singles. Why is the societal pressure on the single? Why do they want them to get married at all costs? How can these singles manage parental and family pressure that is being put on them? This and more be discussing. Should they put their lives on hold just because they want to get married? These are the things we discuss this evening. Please, wherever you are, our viewers, please help me to welcome our two guests. We actually introduced them last week and they are on board this evening again. The first person, they said ladies first, after that men. Some people will say men first, after that, But let me be civil. Let me introduce Kiki first. Let me introduce Kiki first. Our first guest this evening is Kikiowo Oriade, and I said she is the MD of Kiki Collections. They deals with clothing. That's what they deal with. So, Kiki, how are you this evening?
I'm fine,
You're
thank you. I'm
welcome. I'm
doing
clapping
good.
for you.
Thank
Nice to
you.
have you
Thank you.
around. Nice to have you around. All right
Thank
then.
you, ma.
So we have our second guest again. This was around last week. His name is Mr. Taiwo Amodeni. I used to call him Taiwo Amodeni Essex. Way back. That's what I used to call him. But his name is actually Taiwo Amodeni. He also deals with clothing. Is the Mr. Taiwo? Would you like to introduce yourself to our guest once again, please? Thank you.
All right, I'm Taiwo Modeni.
Yeah.
I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Theophiloze Limited. We are into clothing, all sorts of clothing.
All right. All right. It's nice having you around. Seriously nice having you around. Like I said, we want to buttress more on what we started last week, whiling away your waiting. And the last question we asked you people, which our viewers too were really dishing out, they really want to know that how can these singles manage societal pressure? Because it's there everywhere, especially when you're someone that is from Africa. I live in the UK. The pressure is just not there, but especially from African parents, they really want these people to get married at all costs. When are you bringing me in, Mr. Right? When are you this? When are you that? So how can they manage all this societal pressure that is being put on them? Can we start from Mr. Taiwo?
Oh, okay.
Would you want to go
Well,
first?
no, you said ladies first now, so you know we should go with that principle. Anyway, last week I remember saying that they don't really have any problem with ever um, forms that group called society or any societal pressure. You don't have any issue with them. I don't, like I always tell you, see, your life is your life. The only people you should be concerned about are your family members, immediate and extended, then God. Why? As in regarding marriage, not in all cases, but regarding marriage.
Okay.
Why? They are the one that are really most concerned. Because, and I remember saying that, see, whoever is giving you pressure in your family is not doing it because they hate you, or because they want to make you unhappy, or because they want to remind you that you are still single or something, or they want to scorn you. No. Well, okay, no. majority of them, maybe like 90% of anybody that asks you about that cares about you. Even friends, they care about it. That's why they are like, oh, what's happening? What's going on? You know, some of them really want to know if there's a problem they can help with. You understand? If I have friends or I have a friend, she's a lady, she's past marriageable age, or she's and then nothing is forthcoming and nothing is happening, and I'm not asking her about it, or I don't show any care about that, means I'm not a friend to that person. You understand? Asking does not mean I'm prowling. I just want to know a secret. No, but some ladies get sensitive about it, like, why are you asking? Why are you asking me? Why? No, just take it that this person loves you. They will have genuine reason, sincere concern for you for asking. Even your friends. Some ladies immediately get married, immediately their friends got married, and maybe a year or 2 years after they haven't got married, and the friend is asking them, Kilon Shala. They take an offense, they're like, why is he asking? Is it because she's no? But for the society at large, well, I would just advise the lady or whoever the guy, don't fall into pressure. That because these people keep asking, especially your mom, your parents, that because oh they keep prioritizing you, asking you about it, that because of that now fall into the wrong hands. Even for guys, you know, um, a friend when I got married, in fact, hastily, you know, I tried to like chill. You just met this person, and no, blah 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 blah. All right, he went ahead. The marriage didn't last more than I think a year and 1 month. He didn't get to know the lady, but because he just wanted to please some people, because okay, in his church they kept asking him about this when this is whatever coming. He too wanted to feel among, he wanted to belong in the men's group and whatever. So he went ahead and the marriage lasted only I think 1 year 1 month, or there about maybe 1 year 3 months, but not up to 1.5 years. He's back. He's been back, in the bachelorhood and whatever for about 4 years now. So when he was rushing to go back, I said, see, chill. You're still going to fall into another problem. You have entered this, you are falling into this, you have got the consequence. Nobody, even your mom, nobody want to, even for now, discuss it with you. Don't try to please people. Realize, hey, I've been married, I've tasted it, I've tasted marriage, I know how relax of God, you will enter another problem. You understand? See, the thing is, just maintain your calm. Seek the face of God. What's God telling you? What's God saying? If you're a believer, if you're a child of God, God's going to tell you something. God's going to lead you. If you need to work on yourself.
I guess his network is.
Hello. Oh yeah. So you will just and ask him. Tell him to lead you. Don't go and be praying God, Lord, give me my husband. No, you may need some things to do on yourself, because before God gives you that person, relax, ask God. Just ask God, Lord, what is it? What do I need to do about myself? You to look at it and say, ask some sincere friends to tell you some things about you. You understand? Some people don't like to be told truths about them. They hate it. Especially ladies, I'm sorry. So it won't be like I'm coming on the ladies too much. No, especially ladies. Guys don't really send much. Especially ladies, they hate being told the truth. If you've been with 2, 3, 4 guys and it never worked out, there must be something, or there's likely to be something either wrong with you or wrong with them. Ask your good friends, ask them, please tell me the truth about me. Tell me what you think is the problem, what you think is wrong. You understand? So with that, you may have 1 or 2 things to work on yourself. You understand? But overall, don't fall into pressure.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Taiwo. Thank you so much. Now let's hear from Kiki. The question is, how can you manage societal pressure? Thank God you're a single girl. Thank God Taiwo is single. And I'm sure that you must have been hearing from friends, from families, from different people. What's up? What's you day? When are you bringing Mr. Right? What are you doing? and seeing some of your friends that are married and you're still there. There's lots of pressure everywhere. I went through it, so I want to hear from you. How are you managing it as a person? Just practical example. How are you managing it?
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome.
I think the most important thing is to know yourself, know what you
Okay.
want, and have relationship with God. Like, okay, your your faith, you must be able to be stand in faith. And also, like I've said earlier, that you should know what you want. When you know yourself, you know what you want. So nobody will come and put prayer on you, and you also will react to it. Because it's when you don't know the direction which you're actually going. That's when somebody will just come from nowhere, just like, why can't you do it like this? Why can't you do it like this? And you also like, okay, you want to consider the option they are giving you. But I personally, I think once you know what you stand for, know your worth, your self-worth, and know what's, as in, plan your life. Don't allow anybody, like Mr. Taiwo have said, like, okay, some family members or friends are asking you that, okay, how far they actually care. Fine, but it will get to a point that the care will might want to turn to another thing. You understand? Because there are some people that I've experienced this before. Like, Kilo, when are you bringing home someone, this and that? I was just like, will I just go out there and just drag someone come and marry? No, but because I know what I actually want and what I'm facing out there. So I was just like, mommy, don't worry, this and that. I'm just be praying for me. But this woman just kept, as in, she just keep. So I just like, ma, please, I just have to keep away from her. You understand? Not that it's not that I'm taking offense, but I know it's affecting me because I'm already seeing myself like, okay, is something wrong with me? Am I not? You understand? Like, maybe I'm the cause of what is really happening. Like, okay, my daughter that is of your age, she's married and all that. What I just did, I just cut, like, I distance myself from people like that, because there are some people that in the name of showing love and all that, they might be hurting you, and some people will die in silence, or they might be pushed to do what they are not meant to do, maybe like rushing into marriage and all that. And also friends, even twins, we have some things that they are of age, and one we get married and another one we let them know that there is time for everything. Actually, so far that you are my friend, so far that we are friends, or we go to same school, we graduated same year, we're giving birth to same, does not mean we are going to get married same year. Life is a process. So everything, there is time and there is a purpose. There's God's time for everybody, and there's nothing we can do about. We can't change it. Though as a person we are meant to work on ourselves. Which area am I missing it? Where am I getting it wrong? What am I doing that is affecting me? Is it my behavior? Is it what you understand? Just sit down as a person, sit and just talk to yourself. What is really going on? Where am I getting it wrong? But sincerely, if we allow all those talks to get into us, it can be so bad at times that you're like, God, have I done anything wrong to you? Am I the only one? You understand? But sincerely, the most important, what I want us to know this evening is we should not let that get to us. At times, if my mom asks me that, well, I just, mommy, please just keep praying for me. And she was like, she's doing it, and which is the best thing. She doesn't disturb me like that. But there are some people that they will want to know what is happening. I just ask her, mommy, please just keep praying for me. And I think that's the best thing. Instead of you, like, it's not all the time that you now see the person, Kilotun Shele, as in what is happening, what is going on. You understand? I think that is not the best way. You can show concern. You can even pray. You can intercede for them, even when they are not there. The prayer will work. Instead of you keeping asking them, every day, anytime they call you on phone, like, how far now, this and that can really cause depression. Sincerely, we are
Hmm.
women, we are not angels. It can
Thank
cause
you.
depression, and that can even lead to one getting it wrong in the area of marriage. Like, and since my mom has been asking me, my auntie has been asking me, my friend, I think, let me just find someone to settle down with, and which is not the will of God for us. And before you know it, everything will just go wrong, and things will now be worse than
Hmm.
the previous
Exactly.
stage. So I think we should not allow anything to get to us. We should not allow our emotion to control us. We should be able to control our emotions. Truly, people will talk. Sincerely, people will talk from different angles, even in the church. When you are just there, going there, and all that. But we should not allow our emotions to control us.
Thank
Thank
you
you, ma.
so much, Kiki. I really
Yes, ma.
appreciate it from your point of view, sincerely. Because while Taiwo was
Thank
speaking, I wanted you to bring out your own point. For that's why I said use practical examples. People want to know. We don't want to. I read from this book 24 ways in which to get married, 22 ways on how to. We want practical examples. That's what we're dealing with here. So when I said bring out your examples, it's something I can relate because I wanted to ask Taiwo that fine, all these people, they have some of them, let me say some of them, might have good mind, not mind. Some of them actually have good minds. They are doing it out of your love. For your mother to be asking, when are you bringing husband home? You should know that it's out of love that your mom is asking. If your siblings are asking you, definitely you should know that it's out of love. But one thing I want to bring it out from it is that sometimes you will feel pressured when one is asking you, this one is asking you, that one, it's now as if the whole world are now, asking you, when are you bringing us back? Are you the only one in the world that everybody's asking you at the same time? And sometimes you just feel pressured. Leave me, I know how to, because we have different ways at which we handle things. And that is the truth. I was feeling pressured. Why are you people asking me? Sometimes I just snap at people. Not that just sometimes I was even snapping at them that please leave me alone. Is this not my life? You understand? It was not as if Tony was doing bet. We have our different ways at which we handle things sincerely. So these people might feel pressure. Sometimes I feel, like you said, pray for them. Sincerely pray for them. Because in my own case, it was not even my mom was always asking my dad was in fact my dad was even on the top of it. But the one that was like, what is all this rubbish? When my mother's friends were always calling me 24/7. I just blocked all their numbers. What is all this rubbish? I told my mom, Mommy, I dropped to your alone. Please, this is me. Leave me alone. You are not God. You did not create me. It was now as if Tosin was rude, but sincerely, because I've gone through it. That's why I'm speaking with passion this evening. I understand the fact that they want them to be married. But what me I've been asking people, okay, after marriage, what next? I think the best thing is tell these people, let them discover themselves. Let them know who they are. Because somebody who is still struggling with finance as a single girl or as a single guy, somebody who is still struggling with so many things as a single person, somebody who is still unable to manage so many things as a single person, when that person is now married, how do you expect that person to cope with all of these vices? Do you understand? So I think the best way is allow them. Let them discover who they are. Let them be settled in other facets of life. That marriage will definitely come. That is one thing I believe. I don't know if I've spoken too much. Tango, are you agreeing to what I just said? Because we said this evening is just but to buttress more on what we started last week and to
Last
like
week.
exactly to buttress more on what we started last week. So I don't know what is your own stake about it, Taiwo, with what me and what's her name, Kiki, what you've been able to like set out now. What is your own stake about it?
Well. Um, yeah, you actually spoken the truth, and we may see things differently. You are women, I'm a man. You understand? And I happen to have people around me, ladies especially, who aren't married, who are supposed to have been married, and myself, okay, now for me, my especially even my friends, like, oh boy, what are you doing? Ah, la, la, you don't want to get married? I'll laugh. You understand? And I don't talk much. I just laugh. I like, don't worry, she's coming. My sisters, especially my twin sister, you know, the way she carries it. My mom is late. The way she carries it, like she's my mom. Like I'm like, Kendi, see, I'm not gonna give birth um for you.
So our children. Mhm.
My children will be my children, not your children. Do you understand? Because I won't pressure is even too much. But anytime she says it, I'll just laugh over it. Or I don't even reply her. Do you understand? But women are like men. You're not like us. The way you guys handle issues, the way you interpret words, is different to us. Now, you said something that you got a time. People that will call you. For guys, they believe men have time on their hands. They can still give birth at whatever age. You understand? But for women, menopause can come in anything from like 37, I think, 40, 41, 42. But for men, 70-year-old men still give birth, 75 give birth. My father gave birth to my our last born at very old age. You understand? So for I may not feel the same pressure you guys are feeling because that I don't talk so much to so many people. I live a very lonely life, very secluded life. You understand? Just me. I mean, Taiwo, you get it. Some friends, so I
So what's
can
the point,
actually
Sam?
no. So what I'm saying is, from your angle, okay, your parents are connected to all kinds of people, or many people, their friends, whom probably you grew with their own children, so they expected that you people will have the same life achievements almost at the same times. Yeah. So person's daughter is getting married, so person's daughter has given birth. Your mom is expecting that, oh, you two want to, in a way, make her happy. And it's not forthcoming. She's praying. She's praying, and nothing seems to be happening. Now she's gonna be concerned, like, Kilon Shoma, hope, So she's pushing things on you, wanting to know exactly why that's happening. Maybe you're the one being too choosy, the way they put it that on Shakon, she's too choosy, he's too choosy. So they want to know maybe you're the one who is too choosy, or maybe there's something spiritual that they need to handle. You get it? That's why most of the times they keep asking. But for some family friends who decide to now make it a business, and they keep calling you, asking about one, this person cannot go and by herself force a guy to marry her. And that's what I always tell people. Why are you asking her every time? Do you have a man for her? You understand? Do you have a man for her? Have you introduced that to somebody and she refused? Why are you asking her? That's me. Me, I won't ask. Stylishly, we just talk and then our discussion will go there. You get it? But I won't ask you because I hate to make somebody feel like Kiki said, like if you get a person to be depressed. I don't want any kind of depression to affect anybody through me. You can always talk. Fine, I talk with all of my friends. Before I even, they would tell me, Taiwo, however, inshallah, this, that. We talk, because I know how you feel. I'm in it. I know what it means to be alone.
So
There
how
are
do you want
times
them to
as a
handle
guy.
it? Mr.
No,
Taiwo,
see,
how do you want
I've
them to
said,
handle?
I've said it. The best thing is this. I've said it earlier. See, there's no way. Wait, if you like, get yourself depressed. People that will talk will still talk. If you like, kill yourself. People that will still talk will talk. So just handle it, like, ignore as much as you can. Don't let it have so much. Don't let it get to you too much. They will talk. It's normal for people to talk. It's normal. Either you block them anytime they see you, they're still going to talk about it. Just decide that this person is going to talk about this. Rehearse your response, your reaction before they say it. Like, the best way to keep them short is, oh, mommy, I shall continue that one. Just continue praying for me. God will hear your prayer over me in Jesus' name. You have told her thank you. You have told her shut up. Indirectly. You understand? That's the best way. Don't let anybody's whatever forget marriage. Apart from marriage, there's still so many things they'll still talk about you in life.
Definitely.
So don't let anything get at you. That's my policy. I don't allow whatever, either marriage or anything. So far, I know I'm pleasing God and I'm pleasing myself. I don't allow whatever anybody say get at me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Taiwan. Thank you so much, Kiki. Another thing crossed my mind, maybe, and I really want us to discuss it because you said, okay, maybe Kiki said something about your friends are married and all that. You might be in the same class in school and seeing, and this Taiwo to actually confirmed it. Your parents might feel that, oh, or parents' friends might feel that, oh, we have your children and now our children, and whatever, all of you are the same age group, the same years, and like that, and they are married, you are not married. What are you doing? So they feel that you are not forthcoming. What should you do? Now mine is, they might feel sometimes that probably you're still choosing. You're the one that have the problem and all sorts. Now, what kept me as a person, and I want us to discuss it, is I remember then, because while I was even giving I was doing my Thanksgiving in church, that was what I said. What kept me was, I told myself, when I'm done, nobody eats out of me. It's like you cooking food, because I understand cooking of food well. So that was my own analogy of it. You cooking, there are different types of food. Do you understand? And when you want to, it depends on what you want to eat. I told myself I wanted to eat. I love Indomie so much. I love Indomie. And fine, I'm from Ekiti State, and I understand what it is to make pounded yam. And as a matter of fact, I can make pounded yam well. So my own analogy of it is, I went to a restaurant and I'm telling the waiter to come. The waiter asked me, what do you want? I told the waiter I actually want pounded yam, or probably both of us, Taiwo and Toasting, came back from somewhere from school, and we both got home. By the time we got home, I was hungry. Taiwo too was hungry. Taiwo said, oh, I feel like taking Indomie. I said, I want to eat pounded yam. Both of us are hungry. We got at the same time. Taiwo wants to eat Indomie. I want, oh, let me say pasta, the way they call it, or noodles. Taiwo wants to eat noodles. Tosi wants to eat pounded yam. And do you think it's the same time that both of us will sit down to eat? Do you think so? Definitely the answer is no. Because the time that you will put your Indomie, your noodles on fire and cook it, it's just like maximum of 5 minutes. It's done. Maximum 5 minutes. It's done. That 5 minutes, maybe I will still be using that 5 minutes to peel my yam. After peeling, I will put on the fire. Before the yam will get cooked, before I put it in my whatever, is it Odo, what they call Odo? Whatever they call it. Mortar. Yes. Before I put it and start pounding, don't you think how many minutes or how many hours it will take me? Let me say 1 hour, if it's fast enough. Let me put it at 1 hour. 1 hour. Compare 1 hour and 5 minutes. I did the same time. Definitely that is what I felt like eating. Noodles. Tosin felt like eating pounded yam. And after making the pounded yam, before I look for the soup and everything to eat and I be satisfied. But the truth is that if I told myself, oh, it's a long time for me to make my pounded yam and all that, but sincerely from my heart, that is what I felt like eating as a person. But just because I could not wait to eat my pounded yam, I was too hungry. And I said, okay, let me go and eat Taiwo's Indomie. Have I not sidetracked myself? Definitely, I might have eaten, but that is not my joy. The Indomie is not my joy. The pounded yam is actually my joy. But I've eaten out of Taiwo's, it's not my joy. That means, will I be fulfilled in the marriage I'm entering into? Will I be fulfilled in the home I'm entering into? So why can't I wait? That was what I told myself. I said, Tosin, so why can't fine? A lot of men are coming. Are they not the Indomie men that were coming then? That was what, nobody told me this. That was what came to me. Were they not the Indomie people that were coming? I said, no, because I want pounded yam. That is what I want. And I waited. And indeed, my pounded yam actually came. And today I'm fulfilled. I'm glad. That is so when you do that, you can't wait any longer. No, let me just sit it and just move on because there is pressure from parents, there is pressure from society, there is pressure from different parts of the world. They want you as a person to get married. Would you be fulfilled? So the life definitely is yours. Know what you want, know what you make it to be fulfilled as a person. And that was what kept me. And at the end of it, I am here today. So what's my own stake about the whole thing? For the people, for the singles that we love to, and for so many people that will still come back to watch this video, is that know what you want. Don't say my friends are into it. My family is putting pressure on me. My friends, my this, my that, everything is this. Are we doing things because of people or because of us? And that is it. I don't know what you feel about it, but that is my own stake. And that was how I was able to handle it. And today, I'm happy for it. And God has helped me. So I don't know your own view about it. Let's ask Kiki.
Okay, thank you, Ma.
Thank
There's
you.
one thing I want us to understand, like there's always a reason for everything.
Definitely.
So there's always a reason for still being single. I think maybe at times God might really even want to use it to bring out something from us.
Mm-hmm.
Though the process might be so hard, it might not. It's not that it's hard. Like it's hard. It's not easy. So, but when we have it at the back of our mind that okay, I'm actually going through this stage, let's see it as a training ground, like it's just for me to train myself, because there are some things that we might not even be able to undo, even when the marriage comes down. But so far that you are able to pass through this stage, like okay, you are able to skate through, you hold yourself tight, like okay, you didn't give in to what you don't want, and you are able to stand to the end. You yourself, you will see yourself and like, oh God, thank you. And also, like I've said before, like life is a process. We should have that one at the back of our mind. If you have that one we surely know how to put ourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
When maybe because at times some thoughts we want to come up like motivation me or this and that. But when we understand, when we put that one at the back of our mind that okay, this life is just a process. Because when they give birth to a baby, at times it will start crawling. From crawling, it starts walking. From walking, start crawling. You understand? It's step by step. And in the process of that baby crawling, you will see that the parents will be trying to train them, like, okay, how to stand, how to hold something. So we should just see this waiting period as a training period. You understand? Let's make use of it. Let's use it wisely. And also because because life is a process, so we just have to wait for our time. We just have to wait for our time. And you know what? God is the controller of time. There's nothing we can do about it. Even if we pray, yes, as a Christian, we pray. But what if that time is not the right time that God wants us to get? What are you going? We cannot do anything. So if we actually make any move at that time, we are actually getting it wrong. So we should be able to understand the process and wait for our time. No matter how one we try, no matter how anybody will put pressure on you and this and that time, that part, if you're truly a child of God and you know what your stand in him, you have your faith in him that okay, without God I cannot do anything. I'm not saying I'm not being spiritual or something. I'm just talking from experience, like
yes.
what is so we just have to wait, that because there's no amount of cry you can weep or cry or anything. Now we just have to wait. We just have to wait. If you allow depression to take in, you just waste your life. In fact, hellfire. So once we allow that one to get into our head, we will, instead of us crying or doing or allows something and what the society are saying or the family members are saying, allow it to get to us, we are just wasting our time. Instead of sitting at home weeping or doing, go out, add value to yourself, seek God more. In fact, I'm seeing this period like this is it has actually helped me. Like, at times I was like, it's just like the time I was looking for like 5 years, 6 years. It's not maybe I'm dullard or something like that. But when the right time came and I was given admission into 3 different schools, I was should I go to that? So we just have to know that it's a process. Life is a process, and we just have to wait for our time. So we should not allow anything to like, okay, or we should try to give into shortcuts like, let me try this way. Yes, a lot of people will bring out something, some suggestion out of love, but you yourself sit down, sit. Does this one really worth it? Is it the plan of God for my life? Ask God, is it that okay? Is it this person that you want to use for me? So we must be mature enough to know what we actually want. Sincerely, if we don't know all these things, they will just be like, as in people will just pushing us here and there. And before we know it, even the fear of know that okay, I don't want to make mistake, this and that, we'll actually fall into that um this in our the fear we are actually having, like, okay, I don't want to marry wrong, I don't want to marry the wrong person. We'll actually fall into that trap if we allow all those things to get to us. If only we can have that fact at the back of our mind that okay, life is a process. Let me wait for my time. Let me pray. And that time, at the time of waiting, let's add values to ourselves. Seek God more. Trust him in the process, because he's the only one that can see us through. We cannot do it on our own. My mother cannot marry for me. In fact, if she like, already come and marry this person, I will sit. I will like, who is the person? I will look at the person. I will pray. If it's not the type of person I want or what I want, I won't give it to it. But if you don't know what you want, anybody will just suggest anything for you, and just like, since then I don't have any option, let me just give you. No, we are getting it wrong in that by taking the wrong step. So I think we should just sincerely, it depends on us. Though I understand that some people, some emotion, like we have strong mind. I cannot use my emotion to compare Mr. Taiwo's own. The way he's going to handle his own this thing is not this. It's not the same way I'm going to handle mine. So we have strong mind, but the best thing is just that we should just try to develop thick skin, like have that mind, like no matter what it takes, I just have to wait for the right time. And in the process, we should not also miss it also by saying, okay, this is the kind of person I want, and it must be this, it must be that. We should not miss it in that aspect, because this also is affecting some people. Like, okay, I don't want to get married to a Igbo man, a Ijebu man, this and that. You understand? All those things. Why are you going to seek God's hair? Let's know what God is saying. Know what you want. Does that person have same dream with what, as in, I don't know how to put it now. Do you have same this thing? Are you going in same direction, or he is going here and you are going here? So things will not work that way. So we just sincerely, the most important thing is we just have to work on ourselves, train our mind, emotion. We have to be matured emotionally. Sincerely, it's not easy. It's not easy. But when we alone, you speak to yourself, okay, this is what I want. God, I know you are with me. That if you know your stand in Christ, that if you know what you want, you know where you are going, you have your goals already, you know your purpose. Let's find our purpose as a single. Know your purpose. because you can't just be living and you just like anything, any offer, you just take, you just like, yes, I've been
Jump
looking for husband, all this, I've been looking for wife. I think this one is beautiful. This at times it's not about beauty, at times it's not about money. But some people are like, since it's okay financially, and that means you don't have purpose. Though at times it might be part of it, but we just have to know what we want, have purpose. Is that person in line with your purpose, or is the opposite direction? So I pray God will help us.
Amen. Thank you so much, Kiki. You
Thank
said
you.
so much. You really said so much. Sincerely, you buttress into so many things. And you brought something to mind. Well, we said this evening we are just discussing, no questions. So what came to my mind? You brought some things to my mind while you were speaking. Somebody said something like, so when we were discussing, it was during that Valentine period that we were discussing something about Valentine. So our guest said something. She said that, she's a widow. She's actually a widow. That was the reason why we brought her on board. And she said, sometimes our mother will talk to her, this one will talk to everybody, we talk to her and like that. She said one day she just spoke to her mom, said, Mommy, you don't understand what I'm feeling. Don't talk. Said, Mommy said, I understand. Said, Mommy, have you ever been a widow before? Which is the truth. She has a father. Her father is alive. Her mother is alive. So her mother has never been a widow. So Mommy, since I've never been a widow before, so you cannot understand how I'm feeling. So just leave it. Let God Himself direct me. You've directed me enough as a mother. I understand it. But in this case, you cannot direct me because I am a widow. You are not a widow. You have never experienced it. Do you understand? So sometimes our parents, we want to like, oh, this way, but they are not. Imagine a parent that got married at the age of 23 or at the age of 19 or at the age of 20. How do you expect such a mother to understand what a child that is over 30 or 40, how that girl is, how she's feeling or how he's feeling? Do you understand? So the best thing they can do is just pray. Sincerely, the best thing they can do is pray and nothing more. Just pray for them that God Himself should help them. It's not that there are a lot of things that they are battling with. They want to sort themselves out financially. They want to sort themselves out this one. Like my husband will say, and Kiki said it, that, we say, I want a man that can take care of me. Don't you want to take care of someone? Sincerely, don't you want to take care of someone? Must you always look for somebody that wants to take care of you? That is it. So if you take all those things out of your mind, must you always be the man that you want to work, that you want to do something? Let's see who you're taking care of. That we know that. Do you understand? And that aside, another thing you said about waiting, different children, they grow at the same level. Fine. I want because you gave birth to all of them at the same time. This one has started teaching. This one has started working. And your child is not working, your child is not teaching. Sometimes you want to feel, what is wrong with my child? What is wrong with my child? With time, this child will talk. It's just like my son too. So my husband was like, let's go and look for speech therapist. My child is not a parrot. Do you understand? This was a child that he feels that, what is wrong? Is something wrong? And I understand it. That is the feeling of parents. Feeling is normal for them. But now depends on how they will handle it. And I think, like we all said, pray for them. Let them understand that you are praying for them, not putting pressure on them. And thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. I don't know if Taiwo has something to say, but we've been talking about handle yourself, take care of yourself, add value to your life, this and that. Taiwo, what else? People have been saying, well done, well said, very true. Time plays significant role on everything. Okay.
Now let me quickly say this. See, you can't just silence a parent who expects who has been praying, who expects his daughter or son to have been married and they are not. Just keep quiet and just be praying alone. See, you can't, because now you said something like, oh, that widow told the mom that you have never been a widow before. So you have never been a mom who has been praying. You never, the same way that single lady has things going on in her life, The same way the mother or the father have things like, oh God, what's happening to this lady? The best thing is this, let me tell you this. You can't push your parents away. Sit them down, talk to them.
Definitely.
Let them know your feelings. Let them know what you're going through. They are talking because they care, because they are concerned. You get it? Not just for you to give them what is it, grandchildren. No, they are concerned about your happiness, about your well-being. They know you're not feeling good alone. That's why they are so concerned. That's why they keep talking about it. You know, I can't be a parent, and my daughter is 30 years old, 32, 35, and she's not married, and I'm like, I feel like I'm worried.
Keeping
And
quiet.
I'm not going to talk
Okay.
to her. I won't keep quiet. I'm praying, right? Bible says, pray and walk. I'm praying. I'm also like, come, let's talk about this thing. Because what's the problem? Are there no guys coming? The ones that are coming, what's happening? You get it? I can even teach her how to deal with guys. You get it? That's the role a father should play in the lives of their children. One. Then number two is this. Kiki talked about something which I think we said last week and we still said today, that the lady must know herself. You get it? I'm sorry to say this. I discovered something that a whole lot of Christian ladies, a whole lot of them, you know, when you ask most ladies, they want to be the wife of so or this, that, that. I often tell some friends of mine, see, if you feel like you are called into ministry, go and start it. You don't have to be married to be a pastor. You don't have to be married to be a business person. You don't have to be married to be you don't have to be first lady of any man governor. You can be that governor. You get it? If you
That's
feel like
it.
being in politics, go and start it. Once attending meetings, go and join maybe from your ward or wherever you're living. You understand? Start living that dream that you have in you. Start living it. Fine. That's one. So most ladies don't get themselves concerned about finding purpose, finding life, finding who they are. You get it? Fine. They may be working. They may have good jobs. You get it? Well-paying jobs. You know, and they're still single. Well, singleness and finding your purpose, they don't really. It's not that they're attached, but when you know you're doing something, you're busy, you're occupied by your divine purpose. You know, it in a way it gets you busy, not thinking 100% about husband, about wife. You get it? It gets you busy, it gets you living. You may meet that person. Like a friend of mine do say, very factual person, see, it's not everybody that will get married. That is just something that is difficult to say in the church. It's not everybody that will give back.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But you
Definitely.
can't, I can't be talking to this like, see, go back is everybody that will get married. No, you still encourage. Do you get it? If you are a pastor and you decide to just keep quiet, so you don't want this person to feel bad, still ask them. Let's know if your prayer is being answered on this sister or not. Let's know if there's something that is not making that prayer being answered. That's one. Then again, is this. I want to talk to. Okay, Kiki was talking. She said, "I don't want to. It's not that I'm feeling too spiritual. Be spiritual. You know what I'm saying? If we are talking to, we are believers. We are spirits. We are God's children. So we should talk to ourselves spiritually. You get it? Like I said, which Kiki also reiterated, if you are a child of God and what's supposed to be happening is not happening, you have an expectation and it's not being met, it is your place to sit down, ask God, Lord, shed light on this area of darkness in my life. Shed light. I want to know what is happening. You know, many of us believers, we don't even know how to approach God alone. We pray the wrong prayer sometimes. We don't know how to talk to God. I'm saying pray. No, talk to God. We always like to shout and go and ask God, Father, what is the problem? What am I doing wrong? What am I supposed to do? It could just be an instruction. Live where you are living. I saw a video, a skit from the Windows. I think I saw it this past week. These two ladies were discussing, and one said she was leaving her church because there are no enough men, that the church is just a church of 50 people, you know, that there's no enough men, that she's going to a big church where there are so many men who are, and she left. The second one said, no, I'm not going, I'm going to stay. The following day, she was standing by the roadside. Okay, on Sunday, she was going to church. No, a guy just came to the church. He was going to his church, but those people told him, go to that church. He went to that church of 50 people and saw that sister singing. You get it? And, you know, Jesus now told him that's your wife. You get it? She got married to the guy in no time, and then so it could be an instruction. If you are a child of God, the Bible says if you live in the spirit, it says walk also in the spirit. If you are a child of God, act like God is your father. God is not happy that you're not happy. He wants your happiness. Ask him, Lord, what should I do? You know, Isaiah 48, verse 7, he says, I'm the Lord your God who leads you in the way, who teaches you to get profit, to make profit. He leads you in the way that you should go. Ask God, profit is, he said, if you are heeded by voice, he said your peace will have been like a river. That's verse 48. Ask God, Father, lead me. Don't just be crying. Talk to God sincerely, realistically. Lord, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Should I just ask him? He's going to tell you. You should know how God talks to you. He can say, leave this location. He can say, okay, stop doing so. Do you understand? He can say, oh, hold on, he's going to come. You know, I remember one time like that, there's a sister in my church then, and you know, she's been waiting for it. So one day we were just talking, and I don't know, that word just came that he that shall come, shall come. That's what I said. This is what I sensed in my spirit. That the Bible says, he that shall come, shall come. You know, that he stands for God and for husband. You know, actually that place in the scripture is talking about Jesus, but he is talking about a man. What does she want? She wanted a man. I said, this is what God is telling me. He that shall come, shall come. So at the time she became friends with a guy. They will come to my house. One day, like, don't you think this guy is your husband? I said, Kuti, he's been talking about it. I said, so what's the problem? He said, I'm like a bit older than him. I said, where is it written in the Bible that you must marry somebody that you are younger than? You know, now they are married with, I think, 2 or 3 children. You get it? They seek God's face. Listen to wise advice. Don't block yourself. You know, don't just close yourself away from people that they will keep asking it. You will get something from one of those people that you are trying to dodge. I had a message from Pastor Pojo Yemade one time. He said a friend of his was at the airport, and he saw another friend that he graduated, you know, from the same university. He said the guy was a talkative, so he was dodging the guy, running up and down, avoiding the guy. At the time, he just sighted the guy from somewhere. As he was about to run, the guy sighted him, and the guy called him. So person, he was like, God, he answered that guy. That meeting changed his life forever. That guy was actually, that guy just came into the country, was looking for him. Guy told him about a business, a company in maybe America or wherever, that they are looking for so. And that was what transformed. If you are running, you get it. You don't know who God has put your blessing in their hands. Don't block everybody. There are some people you should block, but it's not everybody, not even your family members. You get it. Pray for wisdom that God will lead you, will direct you. Don't react. Stop reacting. Respond. People will ask. They are about to ask. What do you say?
Be proactive.
Be proactive. People are going to ask. Either you are married, you have children, something, what maybe 1 little things, no, they will talk. If you are doing well, people will still talk bad about you. Some will come and talk to you. So listen to whatever everybody is saying, respond to them. You are a child of God. You have the Holy Spirit in you. Let him talk through you. Don't be the one talking. Don't be emotional. Don't be like, kidding. No. Relax your spirit. Respond. Tell them, see. Be praying for. I'm also praying. But I know God is going to answer very soon. You understand? Don't fight anybody. They can't give you husband. They can't marry you. So what's the essence of fighting them?
And they can't give birth for you.
They can't give birth for you.
Can I say something?
Please go ahead.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
You have a few minutes to go.
Sorry, ma. Okay. I wanted to say this. I'll still stand on that fact, like, people should not, even if you are my parents, you ask me once, I explain to you, okay, this is the situation of things, just pray for me and all that. I think you should be waiting for a feedback from me, okay, about our last discussion, not that every day. Sincerely, it can lead to, it's not that it will lead to depression, maybe man or lady. Stop, they should, as in, not every day, though I know they care, it's out of love, but it should be manic. No, I'm serious. As in, to me, or personally, if you ask me once, you ask me today, and Kiki Alpha, this I explain to you, this is what is going on, this actually what is tomorrow you see me again, what is, you understand?
See, Kiki, let me
pray for
no
me.
reasonable person Kiki, no reasonable person will keep asking you every day. That person has
No,
mental
there are
problem.
some people like that.
Or the person has a motive to just get you sad. That's why I said, see, you have to categorize people in your life. You get it?
Okay,
Put people in
okay,
their
sorry.
different
And
compartments.
I also want to say, okay. Oh, sorry.
Continue,
No,
Kiki.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Continue.
Okay, sorry. I want to say this, that it's not that I'm not saying we should cut off ourselves
People out
from
of our
people.
lives. Yeah.
Like me personally, I still have some people that I called, even when they don't call me, I call them. Oh, this is what situation of thing. You understand? I open up to them because I know they are the people that can help, even with their advice at times.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
time, sometimes last year, I wanted to take one step, like
Yes,
Yeah.
the network is taking Kiki off, and it's just well, I would say it's unfortunate because we have just 2 minutes to actually call it a date. And I appreciate our guests. In fact, these our guests have been bubbling. They really want to pour out their mind, just the same way they did last week. And like we said, this is not a topic we can always finish like that. But we are not bringing it back next week. And I think we want to go on break next week because it's Easter Sunday. And I want to wish everybody happy Easter in advance. But one thing, what we've been getting from our viewers one by one is we should not bring up as a topic entirely, since it has a lot of topics within. So probably we should take it bit by bit. Parental pressure, societal pressure, this and that. How do they feel? Like that, all sorts. So, like, I guess I love, I seriously love. Somebody said, "Wonderful guest." Yes, they've been wonderful, and I want to call it a date here. We have 1 minute to go. I want to say thank you so much, thank you. I just jumped on you last week that this week, or you don't have a choice, you have to come back. And indeed, you came back. In fact, that is a serious honor because you would have have your own some agendas, some things in mind to do. For example, Taiwo left Ibadan. He's presently in Lagos. He's not in his house. And yet he was still able to log on. Thank you so much, Mr. Taiwo. I greatly appreciate you. And wherever Kiki is, because the network has taken Kiki off, I want to say thank you to Kiki too. And to all our viewers, I say thank you to all of you. Like I said, happy Easter in advance. Today is actually Palm Sunday. Happy Palm Sunday. Like my people, we always greet. Happy Palm Sunday. And I pray that the reason for the celebration will be seen in all our lives in the name of Jesus. So till we meet again, I remain my humble servant and your loyal friend, Oluwatosin Oladimeji Ladipo. Until then, stay blessed and bye.
Thank
bye.
You. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.